Hello, hello, and once again, welcome to another edition of Boss Boxing Predictions. Yeah, along with the obligatory sneeze. Yeah, next weekend we have, yeah, we're gonna take a look at some fights that are, this weekend that's coming. Yes, well. First one I should say something about is it takes place on Friday in Argentina. Argentina. So it's between Juan Carlos Reveco, former WBA flyweight champion, and Kongrich Nantapech from Thailand, and yeah, this guy Kongrich, he fought against Donny Nietes earlier this year in April and for the IBF flyweight title, but he lost. Yeah, had he won, then yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't know really that much about him, but he seems to have some power. Yes, he scored. His last victory was by a knockout in 6 rounds against a guy who doesn't have such a too bad record. But Reveco is the clear favorite here, even though he may be getting on a bit in age anyway. So Reveco is not really a puncher. Well, he's not against guys that are good or decent. Yes, so Reveco will win by a unanimous decision, most likely. It's not that he can't punch, that he has no power, but he may not be as fresh anymore. And yeah, in his last fights, he was stopped by Yoka Kazuto in 2015. Then he won 2 fights against rather weak opposition by on points. So yes, I don't expect him to stop this guy. Not a Peck or Patch, who hasn't his only true test. This guy uh, of Nantapek was against Donny Nietes, and he didn't really embarrass himself, but he was beaten clearly. I see he has been only knocked out once by Albert Pagara, who is a very, very good and promising fighter. Yes. So, of course, this guy Nantapek, he may have a puncher's chance. So, anything is possible. But I still think Reveco is the favorite to win by a decision, unanimous or majority or split. It can go either way. So that's it. Reveco by decision. And then, yes. Let's see what we got then. We got it's a fight for the vacant, actually WBC super middleweight title. It's between David Benavidez, who is like a knockout artist, young, very young, only 20 years of age. And he's fighting, he's undefeated, 18-0 with 17 knockouts. He's fighting Ronald Gavril, who is actually from Romania. He has only one loss on points against Elvin Ayala. So anyway, yeah, both guys have power. This guy also seems to have power. Gabriel has 14 KOs in 18 wins. Yeah, Benavides, he really looks really hot and promising so far. So he stopped Rogelio Medina in his last fight by TKO. So Medina was the guy to, knock out and expose Julian Law a few years back. This will be a good fight, yeah. But I think Benavides will win by a stoppage. I think 7th or 8th round, most likely, something like that. Sorry. Yes. And then the guy that I just mentioned, J. Leon Love, is back. He's fighting Abraham Khan, which I remember as being the guy who was stopped by Glenn Tapia a few years ago. This is his first fight, I think, at super middleweight. He was stopped by Tapia in 2013. Yeah, it was a super welterweight fight back then. And yeah, he's lost to Sergio Mora and Fernando Guerrero since then. But it was both were split decisions. So Han, well, he's not a big puncher, really. Not a really hard puncher. And Jay Leon Law, well, he can punch, but he's also more like a boxer, I think. And this is a 10-round fight, so it wouldn't surprise me if it went to the scorecards. It's pretty. I mean, Love is obviously a favorite here, yes, very, very much. But whether he will stop this guy, I'm not so sure. So I think I'm leaning towards a decision victory for Jay Leon. Yes. And then, well, Peter Quillin is fighting also on the same card, but his opponent is not known. That's kind of strange. He's still unknown. This will be his first fight in a year and 9 months since he was destroyed by Danny Jacobs, December 2015. Anyway, I cannot say anything since I don't know who he will fight. So it will be most likely an easy fight, a tune up. Yes, let's go. Let's move on. Yes, and then, yeah, this is a really good fight. And on Saturday in Germany, it's the beginning of the Super 8 tournament. And, well, Alexander Usyk is fighting Marco Huck, who is my former countryman, I should add. So, yeah, this is a fight. I don't know. I'm not so sure whether Marco should have taken this fight because he lost to Bradis in his last fight, Briedis, convincingly, and Usyk is even more dangerous fighter because he's just this machine who just goes in to destroy you, and he's just an animal. So I can't see, and he only has 12 professional fights, while as Hook has 45 already. He's been in a lot of hard fights, really. Yeah. So unfortunately, I cannot see another scenario because Hook, his game. He doesn't have really a plan B. He doesn't really have a game plan. He just goes in there and slugs it out with you. So and to do that against a guy like Usyk, well, it's not gonna end well, I think, unless I don't know. It's gonna take a miracle, I think, for Hook to win this fight. Unfortunately, so I think he will get stopped late again, most likely, because nobody has yet managed to stop Marco Hook before the championship rounds. Steve Cunningham stopped him in the 12th round, and then this guy Glazevsky, he stopped him in the 11th. So I don't think Usyk can do it much faster. So yeah, most likely it will be a late stoppage, unless if Marco should have somehow be able to get under Usyk's skin and yeah, just if he or if I mean sorry, that was Krzysztof Glowatsky that beat Hook. I'm sorry, I always mix the two up. So yeah, anyway, as I said, if Marco should somehow manage to fight the perfect fight and all that, then who knows? He can at least last the distance, but I don't know. It's really a fight that is hard to win for him. Yes. Well, Usyk's last fight went the distance, but it was against a younger and a younger guy, Michael Hunter, who has much less mileage on him than Marcos. So yeah. Marco he showed really had a good last year when he beat first off Olabi by quarter retirement and then Kucher on points clearly. So, but that was his last hooray. So he can still give. I think he will give Usyk a really good fight, but win. I don't think he will win. So a late stoppage. I think most likely 11th round, something like that for Usyk is to be expected. Yes. Hmm. Then we have a fight against between Noel Gavor and the guy who shares the name with the former Detroit Pistons star Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, he's a tall cruiserweight, 6'4". He has one loss to Michael Hunter, who I mentioned just earlier. Gavor, well, this fight is in Germany, and Gavor, his last fight, he lost to Wlodarczyk by split decision. It's his so far best opponent. This fight may be will be close, I think. Gabor is 6'2", so he will not be giving up so much in height or well, more in reach. 5 inches he will give up in reach. But Thomas, he has only 6 KOs in 15 fights, so if 15 wins, I mean. So he's obviously not a puncher. He's more like Steve Cunningham, like a really tall, rangy guy who just boxes you from the outside. Tries to shut you out and all that. So yeah, I think since it's in Germany, maybe Geller can get a decision. So I know that Thomas, in his best opponent so far was Michael Hunter, and he was just totally shut out in that fight, lost, almost all the rounds, and so I think Geller can win here, most likely, by a decision, because Geller is not a puncher either. He has only 10 KOs and 22 wins. Yes, that was about that. Let's see if there are any more good fights to cover. In Kazakhstan, this guy I've heard of is supposed to be really good. Kanat Islam versus Brandon Cook. It's a minor super welterweight title fight. Yes, Brandon Cook. Yeah, that's right. He's the one who beat Steven Butler in January. This may be a good fight. Yes, I think most people, myself included, expected Butler, I think, to win in the last fight. So it was a good victory for Cook. Yeah. It's in Kanat Islam. He's from China actually, but he is a Kazakhstani citizen. He's fighting at home. I guess he can win by a decision, most likely. Yeah. He hasn't really stopped anyone so good yet. Yeah. Well, this video is kind of getting long. There are only a few other, minor fights, or those who are not so interesting. McWilliams Arroyo versus Hernan Marquez. Well, I don't really know why Marquez continues fighting. He has really proven to be, he has lost all his most important fights in the recent years. So he's already been stopped by the brother of McWilliams, McJoe. Well, McWilliams, he's not perhaps as good as his brother, but not much worse, I think, either. So he's a favorite, and this fight is in Puerto Rico. So yeah, McWilliams will win. And then there is one other interesting cruiserweight fight in South Africa between Kevin Lerena and Yuri Kayembre Kalenga. Lerena, he kind of surprised me when he beat Mickey Nielsen, even though it was a very close fight and all that, but Nielsen was really he looked really promising. He was undefeated back then, so he also beat Bolonti and Johnny Miller. Yeah, while Kalenga, hmm, yeah, he's a wild card. He's a puncher, but you never know where you got him. He was stopped by Junior Dorticos in 10 rounds, and so this is a fight that kind of is up for grasp. So I think Lorena will win by a decision most likely. He's fighting at home and he's slightly the younger guy, and yeah. So that's it. Next week I will be back with another video because it's the fight between Triple G and Canelo will be then yeah, next weekend after this one. So I wish you a pleasant day and bye bye.